Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AFL Fend podcast. I'm Sam Jones, and I'm joined in a room filled with heroes today, Andrew Carter and Nick Van Niel. What is going on, boys?
Not much.
Yeah, not much. Not too much.
I feel like something happened 2 weeks ago, but I'm not sure.
Fill us
I
in.
think it's lost to the ether.
What happened?
I still got it.
You still got it?
Yeah, I could technically still upload.
Comedy gold.
I could still upload that episode, but
The lost episode.
it was a long one too.
That was a long
It
one.
was like an hour, 8 minutes. I think that's why I had so much trouble when I got my internet up and running.
It just said no.
It was just like,
How long does it take to upload, like on YouTube and stuff?
well, since I've got the new internet,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty quick.
So how long?
Maybe
Depends
like
on
an
YouTube.
hour or so.
Not bad, actually.
If that. Oh no! Don't update now.
You gotta get a new computer, man.
I've got another one, but I don't know where the charge. I lost the charge.
Sounds like it's about to take off.
What a week it's been in football. Like, what a week. We've had a lot of awards, and
It's
we've
awards
also
week. That's why.
It's awards
How many
week.
awards have we had?
And we've got the best game of the year coming up this weekend.
The legend
The
game.
EJ Witt Legends game as well.
Can't
Massive.
go, show.
You can't go?
I got work.
Remember that time we
Yeah.
went? Last
You
time.
were there too.
Yes. Yeah. You guys were talking about it last week. There's a photo of it.
Yeah.
There's that chick that
Yeah,
yeah,
she was
Oh,
like-
that's right.
She was actually quite hot too. She's
It's pretty good.
She was alright, actually.
Yeah.
She actually did it well too.
Yeah, good on her. Whatever.
That was the only time I've sat in level 2 at Etihad
Really?
/ level.
Was that when Fitzy kicked the goal after the siren, or on the siren, but it wasn't counted?
I just remember Hutchie's goal. Because we were right there.
Yeah.
In front seat for Hutchie's goal. It was amazing. What a beautiful. Do you remember that? Remember that goal?
He took
I
on
don't
he
remember
took on a
which
player,
one. It was a long
Yeah,
time
he
ago.
sold the candy.
and then he did the banana from about 40 out.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
Woody. The
He's better. Hutchie, have you seen Hutchie kick? He's
I
he's so good.
Yeah?
He's really good. He does like trick shots and all that.
Oh.
He can do it.
He moves quite well too. I've seen a glacier move just as fast as he does.
I think he actually moves well, all considering.
Will you be going to the EJ game, Nick?
No, it's Friday night.
Is it Friday?
It's tomorrow night.
Is it really?
Oh, it's tomorrow.
You wouldn't know about it, but it is. Yeah.
Oh well. Who's playing?
Why do you always ask that?
Is it the All Stars or is it the?
It's the All Stars and the Vicks.
They should have Sam Newman playing or coaching.
Coach captain.
Remember that time he was wearing the jacket and he had the pipe? He was
Yeah,
on the
it was
sideline?
coach.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that's when Channel 9 had it.
Yeah, that's when it was quality.
Channel 7 wouldn't let Sam Newman anywhere near it.
Oh.
No way.
That Channel 7 don't have celebrities on it. You know how like they used to have celebrities play? They had like Hamish and Andy and
Yeah.
Dave Hughes.
That's why,
That's
that's
Stormy
why,
coming out of
that's why the
Channel
Channel 7 games have been riveting, haven't they?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so entertaining.
Have they got rid of all the
They just
It's more. They're still taking the piss and they're not playing for real.
But they're
Except
not-
for a few.
It's not.
They should bring out like Mike Sheen and stuff, like some real
To
old.
do what?
Just play, bring out Mike Sheen.
Mike
like,
Sheen?
Put him in the ruck, or put him at bring out some old Mark
Mike
Robbo.
Sheen?
Bring Robbo out there
What
or
the fuck
something.
are you bringing them out for?
Bring Robbo out.
They're
or something.
journalists.
Yeah, let them play.
They're not. Alright, yeah. Alright.
They don't do the old timers anymore as well.
They should do the old timers.
It's mostly like within the last 10 years, most of the players that they.
Yeah, but no,
Get to
you
come
still
in.
get some of the old blokes.
Yeah, the ones that can actually move.
Yeah,
But
still
back when it was Channel 9, there was guys that just
Yeah.
stuffed 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
It was great.
Nick, I don't know if you know, but there was the All Australian Awards last night. Did you watch it? I didn't watch any second of it.
I didn't watch any of it.
Dude, it's just so it's just so weird. The whole setup,
And then, have you seen
was
some of the
a-
photos of them afterwards with the Blazers on?
Yeah, Max
They're just
Gorn.
open and just like,
Max
are you
Gorn.
for real?
Max Gorn looked like he was at a funeral.
Tim Kelly! What was that?
I didn't see
Wait,
it.
what was he doing?
Slouch.
What was he doing?
If I try and find this
Oh
photo,
my
this computer's
God.
going shit itself.
Look how enthusiastic they look. Look at their faces.
Jeremy
Yeah,
Cameron.
that-
Look how happy they look. They look so depressed.
Oh, there you go. That's a fake smile. No one can see this. What's the point? We can go
Go to
What?
AFL.com and check out their All Australian pictures.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
look-
there's
The one with, it was Gorn and Tim Kelly, and hot tip, never, a blazer like that, never wear it open. Never. So,
Do they get to
you gotta
keep
close
those
it.
blazers?
fashion advice.
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Because they are nice blazers, but you can't wear them
It's
anywhere
like
else.
in golf.
But you can't wear them anywhere else.
The yellow
Jackets.
jacket.
The red jacket. You can't wear it
When
anywhere
you're in the
else.
Masters. So.
But you can't.
Shooter McGavin.
Hey, pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Pieces of shit for breakfast.
No. Let's go through the defence. So we've got Tom Stewart at fullback, Harris Andrews or back
What's your
line.
name? The club as well.
All right, so sorry, Tom.
I'm here all the Essendon.
I'll go through the defence. Carter, you go through the midfield, and Nick, you can run through the forward. So we've got Tom Stewart from Geelong, Harris Andrews and Dylan Grimes, Richmond, and Harris Andrews from Brisbane. Sorry. Basher Hooley from Richmond. We've got Jeremy McGovern from West Coast, Shannon Hearn from West Coast as well. So top 5 teams occupying the fullback and his vice captain as well. My bad. Excuse me.
Any issues there?
I'm a bit surprised actually that nah.
The only one
have
that
issues.
the only one I raised the eyebrows with was Basher. I'm not sure if
He
he
had
had
28. He averaged 28 possessions this year.
it's good.
surprising.
Yeah, I think it was surprised as well. I thought he was out injured too at the start of the year.
I think he was.
So I don't think he played the first 3 or 4 games.
No.
So to get him from there,
He
is
was
a pretty
injured or
decent
he was.
effort. Good trade by SU to get rid of him as well.
Yeah, it's another great trade.
Thumbs up by you guys.
I'm telling you, there was
Hey.
a reason. I just can't remember what it was.
We traded away Josh Jenkins to start off with.
He's
It didn't
coming.
look too
He's
good.
coming to Essendon. There's talk.
He's
There's
not-
talk.
he's not-
There's
that's the
talk.
thing.
He's coming to
That's the
Essendon.
thing.
There's
He's
talk.
not.
There's
He's
talk.
going
Yeah,
to the
no,
Tasmanian
yeah.
Kangaroos.
We've already got some forwards. We've got Larky and Brown. We don't need another forward. You guys have got Danaher who's injured, who might be traded. You guys have got an opening. Here comes
We've got Danaher, we've got Sean McKernan, we've got Josh Begley.
Josh Danaher.
Oh,
Josh Danaher's
and
going.
look, this reminds me. Tom Langford, give up being a midfielder. You're a forward. I'm
very
sick,
aggressive,
I'm
Nick.
sick of Langford in the
Who's Tom Langford?
Kyle Langford.
I don't know who fucking told me that for a second. I
I'm
was
so
like,
incensed with his performance in the midfield. I can't even remember his
would
name.
you play him somewhere else or would you not play him at all?
Who called?
No, I put him in the forward line. He is a what's his fucking freaking name?
He's not.
Gunston. He is a Gunston type.
Yeah, he's not. He's not a midfielder.
It's not a fit. He's
No.
got. He does not make any good decisions with his ball use.
We're not talking about Essendon now, Nick. We're going to be talking about. We'll talk about Essendon in a second.
It just brought
We're
me
going to talk
up.
about midfield. Let's move to the midfield.
Go on that hanger podcast.
Carter, you
Oh,
go
it's
through the.
been
You go
like-
through
So
the.
for the
for a long
midfield,
time.
we've got Marcus the Bontempelli coming in for the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Patrick Jesus Christ Cripps from Carlton. Tim, I want to go home. Kelly from Geelong. Brody, my ears are bigger than fucking Saturn. Grundy from Collingwood. I can't talk. he might have similar ears to me.
You guys might be
Maybe he doesn't
related.
have the-
You guys are related.
We look similar-ish.
You guys got similar hair.
I'm
too.
much better looking.
Closer to you or closer to my dad?
Physical build you guys have as well.
Your
you
dad's
know?
have big ears.
Yes, he does.
It
Never
shows.
noticed. Nat Fife, Al Capitan, which I think was a big surprise from Fremantle.
Yeah.
And we've got Lochy Neal, Lochy Little Nugget Neal from Brisbane.
What do we think about that, Nick? Midfield.
Dustin missed out, didn't he?
It's a bit surprising he missed out.
Yeah, but
His last 2 months
Who
were
would I-
awesome.
Who would I put in?
who would you take out?
I
Yeah,
think Kelly, I think.
yeah. Well, you know what I was just thinking.
Tim
Tim
Kelly
Kelly didn't end. the
Had a
season.
very good first half.
Yeah,
second
yeah.
half.
Dropped off a little bit, yeah.
But the other 5, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't
Can't fault.
disagree with the Bont or Cripps, Grundy, obviously Fife. What do you think of Fife as captain though? Do you think it should have been Hearn?
No.
I'll be able to-
Because I
Yeah,
reckon
good.
5.
Do you think it should have been Rance?
It's a little bit hard.
Yeah, good 2 quarters.
Oh, he was El Capitan last year.
Was he?
Yeah.
No,
Buddy.
No, Buddy was captain.
Buddy was captain last year.
Was Rance captain the year before?
Must
No,
have been.
he might have been.
No,
I
I think
think
you'll
that's
find
it.
Rance was captain last year.
No, 2018. It's in that article.
I think you'll find
Anyway.
Rance was captain in 2017 then.
Probably.
Alright, Nick, go for the forwards.
Well, I was
Sure.
going to say Nat 5 single-handedly carried Freedom out.
He was very instrumental for them winning 8 games.
All right, starting on the flanks, half forwards, Paddy Dangerfield from Geelong, and Michael Walters from Fremantle. Centre half forward, Jeremy Cameron from the Giants, Coleman Medal, Kitchen. In the pockets, we've got Jack Darling
Sound like
from
a
West Coast.
sound like a lawyer.
And
Put him to sleep.
Charlie Cameron from Brisbane.
Do you read bedtime stories to little children?
It's like he's reading the
Do you
Brownlows.
Do you want this to go longer?
That's it.
A full forward, Tom Hawkins from Geelong.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I know at least one of you is going to have an issue.
What's Charlie Cameron doing there?
What do you mean?
Why is Charlie Cameron there?
In the pocket,
In the All-Australian team.
he finished
He's
first
got
full forward.
50 plus goals.
I had him on my Supercoach team, and he was the worst ever.
He played
And
against.
now he may be a great player, and he may deserve to be in the All-Australian team, but he doesn't deserve to be an electric boogaloo. I'll tell you that. He scored me a 30 fucking.
Did you win?
I lost
Did you win?
by 100 points.
Oh.
How did Cyril used to score in the Supercoach?
I don't know.
But I mean, he probably is
But
the
yeah,
same kind
alright,
of thing.
so
he kicks a lot of goals.
You
but
said you
doesn't
had a
do much
problem
else.
with someone in that list. Who
I
was
would have thought you would have a problem with Dangerfield.
No. I don't like Dangerfield, but as a player, he's a superstar.
Okay.
He's had a really good year.
Yeah, okay. Let's go through the interchange then. Scott Pendlebury from Collingwood, Elliot Yeo from West Coast, Max Gawn from Melbourne, and Jack McRae from the Bulldogs.
Who cares? Tom, Ben Brown, did you have an issue with Ben Brown not being
No,
in there?
I'm actually glad he's not in there.
No, you couldn't.
No.
Would you shove anyone out
No.
for Ben Brown?
I reckon Dangerfield should be in where Pendlebury's at, and I reckon Pendlebury should be out, and I think Dustin Martin should be in. Because I reckon Dustin Martin's had a more influential year than Scott Pendlebury. You tell me one game where Scott Pendlebury was damaging for Collingwood this year.
Last week.
He was good last week.
He always plays well against Essendon.
I thought Dustin Martin had his last 2 months were like he was in 2017.
Yeah.
Sensational. He should be captain, Dusty.
But then again, like as we said before, Tim Kelly had half a good year, and we probably thought he should be left out.
Do you think there should be? Do you reckon there could be an instance where there's more than 2 ruckmen listed in an All-Australian side?
Well, they both deserve it. I thought Gawn's been their best
No,
player.
what I'm saying
How
is
can you split
maybe
those
not.
two?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying one or the other. I'm saying could there be an instance where there'd be a 3rd ruckman?
Oh, no. No
Yeah.
third ruckman.
Only if they were like a gun forward as well.
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be the only incident.
That has to be going.
But
on the
with,
same
like, last
those
year,
two.
Gawn was in the team and Grundy was on the interchange last year. So they just swapped it around this year.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
Just been a bit of fairness. You know?
But Grundy's
Bit
had
of
better
fast,
years.
isn't it?
Bontempelli also win the AFL
The
Players Coaches Association Award as well. The
Yeah,
Bonds.
did by quite a bit.
Yeah, he smashed it.
Yeah, who came second?
I think
Danger.
it was Dangerfield. I think Callie was in there, Cripps
Yeah,
was
because
in
the
there.
coach is danger.
But it's good to see Bonds.
Yeah,
Playing
it's
well.
good to see the Bond.
I love the Bonds.
Yeah,
He's a guy.
everyone, no one dislikes the Bond. Everyone likes the Bond. Is
No, I love
he
the
a? What do you reckon his chances are at the Brownlow?
Oh, I think his last month and a half has been very good. Very good.
I think his whole season's been.
He had a 3 or 4 week period in the middle where he wasn't as influential,
Yeah.
but he's early on he was good, but late he got them going.
I mean, he'd be the. I mean, look at their last Brownlow medals. He'd be so well deserved.
Tom Liberatore won their last Brownlow medal.
Absolutely, Adam Cooney won their last Brownlow medal.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, and what had to be like the most shocking Brownlow win in the past
Yeah.
20 years.
Probably not since.
It was more
Woden.
shocking. Woden! I forgot about
Woden was
Woden
probably
from
the last
2000. Holy
shocking one.
moly.
2000.
Holy Christ.
That was out of nowhere, that one.
Oh my god. I'd never heard of him before. No, I was 10. But
No one heard of him since.
no, he went to Collingwood and he was,
That was it.
very average for Collingwood as well.
Tonight is also the what awards they got tonight on?
It's MVP.
Is it
Oh, the MVP.
Who cares?
So what is this MVP?
I
Like,
think the
how is that
players.
related
It's
to
the Players Association.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so each club put forward 3 players,
Yeah.
and then I don't know how it works after that.
You would think that the
There's too many
MVP.
awards.
You would think that the MVP would be more of a higher award than the Brownlow, though.
And you would.
You would think that, like, because isn't the Brownlow like considered the best player or the most valuable player anyway?
No,
Yeah,
the
but it's
Brownlow's the best and fairest.
Fairest and the best.
Yeah.
So you could still be rubbed out and win the MVP.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know,
Too many awards, man.
the Brownlow's only fucking sweet as because they read out the votes. Like,
Actually, that's big news. That's big news. Yeah, nah, 3 votes. He never got 3 votes, I reckon. Never in the game. What's his name? Bruce won't be doing it this year. Been,
I know.
Hamish Lachlan.
Oh.
They couldn't go to a more boring
Why would
person.
you not have Bruce? It's so cute.
What about BT?
When the winner
Get
comes up.
BT on it. BT
would be amazing.
He'd do roaming Brian at the Brownlow.
I bet
He would walk over with everyone.
Yeah, but BT's not Gil's brother, so that's the problem. You got to be
I
Gil.
didn't even think of that.
Hamish McLaughlin.
It's
What's
disgusting.
the only reason why he keeps
Why
it
is
on?
it? Unless it was Bruce's idea not to do it because he doesn't want to do it anymore.
He's getting
Then-
on a bit.
But he's not. All he has to do is fucking stand
They
there
should have.
and hand a glass of Chardonnay.
They
over
should
it.
have
Sparkle.
Sam Pang and Mick Malloy from the front bar doing it. That would be
Hosting
doing
it.
hosting it. Yeah,
Doing something, not hosting.
Yeah.
you could have Andy Marr
Wasn't
there
Sam
as
Payne
well.
there last? Someone was there last. Andy Marr doesn't need to be there. Andy Marr doesn't need to be anywhere.
I can't believe he has
He's
a radio
the
station.
straightest straight man, but you could never hope to have.
Oh.
Okay, would you reckon he's not a leader, Andy Marr? He'd be a private in a battle. I reckon you wouldn't want him leading your
Not a
charges.
general.
Not a
No,
general.
you would. You wouldn't want your front lines to die straight away.
That's how
Decoy.
Yeah.
Decoy.
So that's it for the All Australian lineup. What else have we got?
So,
do we go to our notes? Or-
Let's go to our notes, man.
Let's see what's
What
on
about
our
guys
notes.
that missed
Oh,
out?
Oh yeah. Well, I can't think of anyone else that I care about. I missed out.
Daniel Talia, no.
I'm a bit surprised
Nate
actually.
Zorko?
He actually
Yeah, no, but who would he kick out?
No, that's the problem.
I
There's
thought,
a lot of guys.
I actually
that probably
thought
go.
Travis Boak had a very good year from Port Adelaide.
That's
Yeah,
the
no,
one
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
was.
I think it was his best year
right.
actually for Port. He averaged
Yeah.
about 29, 30 touches a game.
Fair
He was,
assessment, Sam.
he actually put him in for he actually will be up there in the top 10 I reckon for the Brownlow this year as well, Travis Boak, because he had a very good year.
Possibly.
No, that's a 100% certainty.
How did James Sicily make the bloody list? That's
Yeah,
joke.
I don't understand.
He must be the most
And
most.
Ben Cunt.
Who's on
Cunnington's had
the
an alright.
No,
Who's
Essendon players.
I know. Who's on the judging
Oh,
panel?
you guys are pretty cool.
Who picks them? So one of them's like
Zach
Jonathan.
Merritt.
One of them's Jonathan Brown.
How can you have Jonathan Brown?
I'm pretty sure Jonathan Brown's a selector.
Mate, how did James Sicily make it and Zach Merritt didn't?
I don't know.
Oh, anyway.
Look, take it up with Jonathan, okay?
It's
Because he's the
really
selector.
who gives a fuck about the All Australian team?
We do, because we're talking about the last 20 minutes.
Andrew Gaff, I thought,
Something to talk about.
one that missed out. But
Well, I'll tell you
good shoey, good shoey.
Well, I don't think, again, with West Coast, I think they've got such an even spread. Not one of them's had to do the bulk of the work for the majority of the year. They've got an even spread, which I'm a bit surprised Ali Yo got in, because I didn't think he had I think he had a good start to the year, but I don't think he had a very good finish the last 6 or 7 weeks.
It's like, we always say, it's like, sometimes guys get in for the last 2 or 3 years, and not just so much that 1 year.
Yeah, right.
You kind of feel like sometimes.
They just put him in just because they're
It's like, well, we probably should have put him in the last 2-3 years, and they've played a little bit better than last year.
So I'll put him in. Alright, let's move on to the next.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about some trade bait.
Trade bait.
Let's start with the Essendon team.
I'm
Laverde.
going to go through his whole team.
Laverde.
That's just something that I heard today.
Okay, so what you
that he's
get?
that he's on the table.
Okay, cool. And Razio as well?
Nah. Hang on, but
Not
Laverde.
for a year.
Why would you get Laverde's alright?
He just doesn't get much to go.
Why do we care about Begley? Fuck off Begley. Mason Wood.
Yeah, good. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Then we might get Packley for him. So trading to
A straight swap.
Yeah, straight swap. I reckon. Yeah, right.
No.
I don't think.
Well, that's
But see, I
doing.
don't think Packley's any that good. I don't reckon he's.
Yeah, you've been
No,
hanging shit on Packley.
I don't think he's that good. I'd rather take Dust. I reckon the Dust would have more impact than Mason Wood or Packley. To be honest, I'd rather not play
I was
with
going
him.
to say, who's
Dust.
better?
Neither. It's just like for like. But I'd rather get rid of Wood because all he likes to do is look in front of the mirror before he plays and just make sure he looks good when he's
Isn't
out.
that what you do when you play
Yeah,
soccer?
always.
Well, his
If you're
claim,
not going to play well, at least look good doing it. That's what I always
his claim
say.
to fame is the look up at the scoreboard.
Yeah, every
Oh,
time.
that's right.
My hair's in
No, to watch the 30-second go
Yeah.
on.
Oh, that's right.
He was the first
He
one
was
that
the
did that.
he actually pioneered it all.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong either. He was just
No, he was well within the rules.
You can
but-
do that, that's fine.
okay.
Eddie.
Eddie.
So he's come out and said that he's not. I think he said himself
Mm.
he's not going to be delisted, but he thinks they're going to trade him to the Suns.
To the Suns.
To the Suns.
Well, actually, I was listening to
Oh,
a
finish it,
First
yeah.
Crack podcast, which is a new podcast. Anyway, what's his name? David King, your man.
I'll tell you I don't like someone and then all of
He's
a
your
sudden
man.
they're my man.
Your man.
I don't even hate him, I just don't like him.
Your man. He put up a trade potentially for Gold Coast. So he had Josh Jenkins, Matt Crouch.
The North getting involved.
No. Matt Crouch and I think it was Greenwood or someone. Greenwood for Lukosius and the priority pick for Gold Coast as well.
I've heard rumblings that the Gold Coast are going to trade the Suns to Tasmania
Are they?
if they finish in the bottom 2 next year.
Well, that's odds on.
Well, Relock's pretty keen.
Oh, jeez! Coach captain.
Apparently,
He did make a comeback for that.
so I think he was.
Do you reckon Ross Lyon would coach it?
Absolutely.
He was on SEN during the week.
Did we cover that last week that Russell Lyon got sacked? I can't
Yeah, we
remember.
did. We did.
He was on SEN during the week, and they were asking him, "Oh, how confident are you about Tasmania?" And he said, "As confident as I've ever been." So,
Yeah, because the Suns come last next year and it's a done deal.
yeah.
Would you see Nick Rio as a coach, but he wears the Freddie Mercury outfit every time he's coaching and stuff? Would you imagine
That'd
him
be
doing it?
inspiring.
I'd love that. That would actually get people to go
Nah,
to
because
the
then
game.
it wouldn't be good anymore. 'Cause it was only good because he only ever did it once. If he does it again, it'd be like, oh, Nick
You'd
Rivers
have to-
got a dick again.
You'd have to do you'd have to get all the costumes from all the eras.
Oh,
So, could you imagine, like early '70s Freddie? He's got to have the jumpsuit with the whole cutout right there.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
the whole just above the
more
pubes.
of
He'd be actually you could see him in the huddle wearing that.
And you'd have to have the long hair,
Yeah.
as well, the long straight hair with no facial hair.
I love that.
So do you think that'll happen, Eddie to the Suns?
Probably not.
You do you think he'll play Adelaide next year?
Yeah. They love him in Adelaide.
Nah, he won't. Be
He's
They
playing.
don't want him.
Well, if this
But they don't want to do
well,
this thing because they want to get something for
Well,
him.
if they have this external review,
I'm telling you he's gone.
isn't it? Yeah, it's not an internal review; it's an external review.
I'm telling you he's gone.
They've got people like us coming in. They've got no affiliation with the club.
I'm telling you he's gone.
Okay, he's gone then. I heard you the 15th this time as well.
I don't know about the Suns though. Why would you want to come back down to Melbourne?
Why would he?
It's cold. It's nice and warm up there.
There's a reason he left in the first place.
It's cold down here.
His family lived there. But, I mean, Port aren't going to pick him up, so... I don't know.
Harley Bennell coming out of retirement. No, he actually wasn't retired. Coming out of injury.
Sacked.
Delisting.
Coming out of injury, and he's going to Sydney.
There's whispers.
I would love to have him at North. I reckon he would be brilliant for North. We need someone like him, and I mean, you risk him because we'd waste the time with I'm going to say Sam Wood with Mason Wood.
But aren't you sick of wasting time?
No, just bring him in. He's a good player. He's a quality player.
But he's never going to get up to standard.
But you don't have to. He's an unrestricted free agent. So he's going to cost you nothing. It costs you nothing.
Medical bills. They're going to cost you a fuck ton of medical
We're on a
bills.
tight budget at North Melbourne as well.
You always say that.
Nah, you're always like, I'll give you 12 million to like close
Well,
up
Scott
dust.
Thompson's leaving, so his wage will go towards the medical bills.
Oh, what's that going to free up? Well, how much is that going to free up?
$10.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of $1,000 and stuff. You'll be right, mate. There you go.
Nah, look,
Did you have to pay off Scott as well?
Yeah, $800,000. Thank you very much. Next year, you've got to pay off Brad Scott.
Is that it?
is it worth it?
Probably not. Wait, actually, yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you've been harping on about him
Yeah.
getting sacked. Bradley Hill has officially requested a trade.
Well, where do you reckon he'll go? Back to Hawthorn.
Victoria.
Yeah, I think it was Victoria.
Will he go to Hawthorn? Will they take him back?
Well, they're not getting cogs now, so
I think they might take Bradley Hill. Who will they give for him though?
Not exactly.
Who would they trade for him?
Like,
They
they
trade for
give
him.
like a couple of players. I reckon they'd give 2 players and a pick.
Do you reckon Isaac Smith?
Isaac Smith. And
No, what's...
there's another one that I'm talking about.
Warple?
getting.
They-
No, Warple.
I'm just messing with you.
Warple's a star.
A star?
Warple's
Grant Birchall.
Birchall.
He's injured. He's done. He's
Birch.
finished his end of Birch.
The Birch.
Might keep going.
No, who cares?
Who do you reckon? Who do you reckon? Oh, and sorry, my bad. What were you gonna say?
I'm not saying who cares. That's what I
Okay.
said.
Well, who else?
maybe
Would,
Ruffy.
Who else would take him? Yeah, well, yeah, Ruffy. Yeah.
Ruffy's
He
done.
could be the coach. They trade Bradley
Send
Hill.
him to Tasmania too. Send them all to Tasmania.
Yeah.
I reckon Gil comes out and he goes, every fucking player that's going to get traded this year, you're not getting traded anymore, you're going to Tasmania by a team that's going to be, the president's going to be Nick Rewalt, And the head coach is going to be Ross Lyon. And play ball.
Play ball. Go for it.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Play ball. And they get Buddy.
He might go down. He actually might leave Sydney.
Buddy.
He might get traded in the next couple of years.
Who's going to pay out that
In
fucking
the next
contract?
He's only got like 3 years left on his contract.
And how much was it a year? Like $8 million or some shit. No, it wasn't $8 million. But
Did you watch Buddy's? Did you see
He's only
Buddy's?
7 years into
He's
that
6 years
contract.
into his contract. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah. I know, right? I know. Wow. I know. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
That went quick.
Oh, how's it ever? Also, did you
He
see?
hasn't done anything.
Did you see Buddy's 23 goals?
23.
Yeah,
I
magnificent
watched
23
it.
goals
I
for his
watched it.
300.
I saw a few.
There was some good ones in there actually, some brilliant ones.
Is it some great goals?
There's a couple good ones.
Kyle Hooker.
Yeah, that was number one. The Kale Hooker one was number one. You can see the anguish on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And then actually about 10 minutes before he did it to McVeigh as well. I think the Hooker one was fun.
McVeigh?
Yeah, because McVeigh was chasing him the first time. He kicked 2 goals in about 10 minutes. In the exact same way. The second one was Hooker.
At least Hooksy's got an excuse for not being able to catch him.
It's not
Mark
fast.
McVeigh, look, come on.
I don't know, Buddy's pretty quick in his heyday. He's probably still pretty quick now.
There was a goal where he got the ball in the middle and he leapt over a guy and he kicked it from about 80 in the middle.
Yeah.
That was a good goal.
I swear the past like 6 years has almost been like Buddy retired. Honestly,
The
God.
best goal,
The
best-
longest retirement.
It's just so
the
fucking
best goal I've seen,
This
buddy.
is like John Farman.
Come back to it, buddy. Come back to it. The best goal I reckon he ever kicked was in the prelim against Collingwood, where he kicked it nearly on the boundary line and stuff in the last couple of minutes. That was, and then put Hawthorn up by 3 points. They ended up losing the game because I think Ball kicked the goal for Collingwood. But that goal, I hugged the guy next to me because he was a Hawthorn boy. Like we just went nuts. And I hugged him.
You don't go for all the time.
That a prelim as well?
That was prelim. Yeah, it was 2011 prelim. And then Geelong beat them Collingwood that year.
Yeah. I think I remember watching that and going, oh, I hope you both lose.
Did we say Jack Martin? Did we say
Probably.
requesting a trade?
No, we didn't.
We didn't talk about that.
But he's from Gold Coast, is he?
Yeah, he's the only decent player they have.
They wanted to change a little bit. I've heard that they have a 3-year contract for the rookies that come out rather than a 2-year contract to get them more incentive to stay. Because what's happened is like a cycle. It's like a slaughterhouse. They go in,
And they come out.
they come out. Wait, no, it's like they just pump them up and they ship them out. You know.
What if they do something similar to the NFL? As in tiered contracts? Because I'm pretty sure first rounders,
Yeah,
I
Get
think it's a 5-year contract,
and they can get.
Oh, wow.
or there's an option.
Yeah,
I think it's 4 years guaranteed and then a 5th year option.
and they give more money though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a baseline of how much they can
Yeah,
they need to earn, and then it's kind of tiered.
I think that would work. That would work there though. If we have something more relative to maybe our financial ability to do that, but they can do it because they've got more teams, more players, more rounds, more drafts, and more money involved.
Yeah, but like they don't have to do the money, more the amount of years on the contract. That's the baseline. Because you know, there's this whole thing about the free agency.
Yeah.
Come in, it's like, oh, you know, that it could be a first round rookie, could like go to some rubbish team like Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, and they come out like 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later.
Done.
That's a joke.
It is a bit. But you got to have a team like that. There's always got to be one team that's the worst team in the competition. Okay?
You get fucking sick of hearing about it, mate.
Yeah, but you've always got to have someone at the bottom.
And what if you're a
You've
club?
got to have someone named Chris.
What if
at the
you're
bottom.
one of
You've got to have the
club-
Cleveland Browns.
Yes,
What if
you've
you're
got to
one
have
of
the Cleveland Browns.
What if you're one of the
okay.
clubs that only plays them once? That's pretty fucking detrimental.
Yeah, it's
to your
like
season.
Adelaide. Adelaide nearly made the finals, and look at the joke of the team that.
Who played Melbourne last week?
Not that
And
one.
you only got to play once. Aren't you
I know,
pissed?
I know.
Aren't you livid that you only got to play?
Well-
Imagine how many times did you play Gold Coast?
Once.
Aren't you pissed? Imagine if you had to play both teams twice.
Mm.
You could have made finals.
Top 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
top of the table.
Essendon only played both of them once. Well,
Yes, and
But
it's
that's
ridiculous.
the flaw of the fixture.
But what about clubs that play
It's very
twice?
inflated. Like if you even,
Yeah.
it's very the teams that finish down the bottom of the ladder in that bottom 6, they got more chance of making that next year because they play against each other more times than one. So they play against each other twice. So they're going to get inflation in their fixture, and that's what happened to Melbourne. Melbourne's year 2018, they played a lot of poor teams, and then they played Geelong, who barely scraped into the finals that first week, and they played Hawthorn, who weren't really a top 4 side, smashed them. And they played a top 4 side, like West Coast, they got beat by 10 goals in the first half. They didn't score a goal.
Yeah.
And then they got the hardest fixture because they finished in the top 4 this year.
And got smacked.
And they won 5
Got
games.
destroyed.
So really, Melbourne's year is actually just where they're at. Last year was an anomaly. Oh, wait. Alright, what about last one? Cogs signs.
Cogs were Cogs.
You said resigns.
Resigns.
Resigns. Resigns.
Hang on, let's put it. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
Cogs were
7
Cogs.
years, I think that's big for the Giants.
Captain Cogs.
I couldn't believe
That's
how
huge.
long the contract was.
$1 million a year.
Means he's dedicated.
Means he
He
loves
wants a
the
premiership.
does the Dybala, he does the Dybala
Do you know what though? But if the Suns had a player like Cogsworth Cogs that signed a 7-year contract, imagine the things that it would do. No, you know what I mean?
No.
Like it would make other players go, oh well, maybe I want to stay here too. Like a lot of players leave the Giants, but don't you think like there's a few players who maybe their contracts are coming up in the next year or two who are thinking of going? They see a leader like Cogsworth Cogs re-signing, and they'd be like, well, if he's doing it, maybe that's the kind of guy I want to win a
Well,
premiership
Jeremy
with.
Cameron's contract comes out of contract next year. He's out of contract next year.
I think he'll leave.
I don't think he'll leave.
Especially
Lockie
then-
Whitfield needs to
now,
stay as well. Callum Ward, but they got a still a good list.
Yeah, and the difference is that the Giants have been in the premiership window for 2 or 3 years.
They're in trouble.
And they drafted way better.
I don't know. Yeah, they did.
Way better.
But they had Kevin Cheaty, so.
And they might get if they bring up some trade players. Maybe Bradley Hill goes to the GWS. Who knows?
GWS.
Bradley Hill. Who knows?
Really?
But he wants to go back home, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I remember.
He's from. Oh, they said where he was from today. It's fucking hilarious. But anyway.
The
Shepparton.
son,
No, that's where he's from.
Are you?
Kind of born in
I was
Sheffield.
born in Shep, but I'm really from Europe.
Right. Where's your role?
That's where Kelly.
I'm not sure actually.
Did you ever get to wear the mask and then Kelly?
The helmet.
Euroa? No, you're thinking of Glen Rowan. It's nowhere near.
Shut up.
Glen Rowan's near Beechworth.
And the biggest news of the week, as far as I'm
Oh
concerned.
yeah, this one.
Brendan Bolton is going back to the Hawks as the director of coaching.
So let me get this right.
He's going to direct the coach. He's directing Clarko. He's
You
gonna tell
want
Clarko
you
what to
want
do.
Brendan Bolton to tell Alistair Clarkson what to do?
No, I don't think that's what a director of coaching does.
Oh, excuse me, Alistair. Alistair, I reckon we should Alistair.
That's all like that.
Could be really low. They're looking up at you. Really low.
They're both nuggets. They're both butt nuggets. That's all really good. Does anyone have anything to say about Brendan Bolton?
No, he's done.
Alright, so now look at the
He's a
bottom.
big waste of time.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter. But it's good for him to go back to the Hawks. Maybe I don't know.
Do something.
Do something.
He would be good at handing out the oranges at half time, I reckon. And he probably wouldn't even do that right.
I could see him having like the orange smile. And, like, putting in the job.
Professional, but
The butt slap up,
Butt slap up.
That's it. Well done, bitch.
Easy.
That's it.
Easy.
Nice, nice.
Alright, so just before we look at the bottom 8, I just want to look at the top 8 in terms of our friends at Bet Easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy betting when you're betting easy.
We can do this next week.
No, just the odds.
Yeah, we can do it. We'll go next week.
No, just their premiership odds. Well, they'll probably change.
Alright.
Alright, so 8th position on the ladder. We've got Essendon sitting at $67 to win the flag.
Yeah, about right.
That's about right.
yeah, about.
The Western Bulldogs are sitting at $14.
About right.
The problem I have that I know you're going to disagree with me, but the GWS is sitting at $34.
Yeah, because
I know why,
yeah,
but
we all know why.
Don't count out the Giants next week. They got a big chance. Jeremy Cameron's back. They might have. I think
Jeremy Cameron's
Haynes.
back.
Yeah, no, Jeremy Cameron didn't play
Jeremy
against.
Cameron played
Didn't
last
play
week.
against the Bulldogs the
Yeah.
first time.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Nick Haynes is playing as well, the
Right.
backman. So I wouldn't count out Giants just yet.
Yeah, no, neither would I. The West Coast Eagles, $8.50.
That's about right.
What do you reckon their odds would be if they finish top 4?
Oh, less than that. They screwed up last week.
Yeah.
They stuffed that up.
Big.
Collingwood, $5.50.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been 550 if they finished outside the 4 though. They'd be 550 because they
That's
did.
really short.
The outright favourites, Richmond, at $3.
Yeah, they've won They've won 7 in a row at the
Yeah.
G. Well, they played
And
the.
they're going to keep playing at the G.
Well, after this week they will. Yeah.
Yeah. Brisbane Lions, $7, which I think is about right because they're so unproven in the finals.
Yeah.
But they're the smoky.
But they got the X Factor.
I
Fags.
Fags.
Absolutely.
Nick's dad's mate.
You gotta bring him on the show. We should interview him.
Fags or Nick's dad.
Both.
They're the same person, according to Nick. And Geelong sitting
They're
at
both Brisbane people.
$4.50, just behind Richmond.
I reckon the odds for the Lions and Collingwood should be flipped.
You reckon?
Do you really?
Yeah. I reckon Lions are a much better chance than Collingwood are. Much better.
The Gabbers bar is rocking.
I don't know about that, Nick.
Nicky,
Well,
Nick, you said this at the start of the year. The Gabbers bar.
The
Gabbers bar is back. You said that about round 7 or 8.
Look,
I did not believe you, but I got to hand to you. You were right. And Carter
have they lost?
I never said that.
They
So
lost
just
one game to
one
Collingwood,
game.
round 3, and
One
4
game.
to Collingwood. Round 4, I think I was to
And they
Collingwood.
wouldn't lose that game again.
No, they wouldn't. This
No
time,
way.
no.
We'll never know.
Alright, so let's run through the
Hang
bottom.
on. Brisbane will get 2 games at the Gabba.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year. So
And they
whether
play,
they win or lose.
and then they play the G and the prelim if they get there.
Well, they could beat Richmond. You never know.
Well, that's right.
It's a completely different game next week.
Oh yeah, they're right into Brisbane. But we'll go through the finals next week.
Next week.
We're going to go through the duds. This is the litter, okay? We're going to go through the shit. Alright, let's start right at the bottom, okay? Right at the bottom of the ocean. The Gold Coast Suns. I want you to rate them out of 10, Nick. Give us a rating out of 10. Everything you saw.
How are we basing?
Everything.
Why are we going bottom up? Why aren't we going up down?
No, because you got to at least finish with the better team at the top.
Do we want to do it based on what our expectations were, or
Just rate them out of 10.
just
Rate their season
Rate
out.
their season out of 10.
Well, if you want to go by that logic, we'll rate them 0, 1, 2, 3.
I know it's
Okay, expectation as well. What do you reckon?
about 5.
Okay, you know what? Don't even do that. Give them a grade, A to F.
Based on what I thought, probably
Yeah.
D.
That's a pass still.
It is because they finished exactly where I
Where will they finish next year?
last.
Okay, your turn.
I give them a C+.
Why did you give them a C+?
Because they won those 3 games at the start of the year.
They lost 19 in a row, 20 in a row.
Oh, I don't think they won after.
I think they were 3-1. They lost Leo.
Yeah, they were 3 and 1.
3-1.
And that's why I give them a C+. Because I didn't expect them to win 3 in a row. Oh, they didn't win 3 in a row. But they won 2 in a row.
What about Melbourne, Nick?
H.
For horrible, horrendous.
No, 2 grades below F. That list, I've said it
The
before.
list!
We went through the list.
List!
Yes, and it was a decent list, wasn't it?
Actually,
It's
before we
a better
get-
list than
Before
most
we
of the
get to
other
their list,
lists.
I want to look at your top 8 list. You had Essendon finishing like 5th or...
No,
No,
I
he
didn't.
didn't. You
I
kept
had
saying that.
7.
See, I was 7.
But you had about 14 wins. And you had Bulldogs
Yeah.
not being in there either.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to get absolutely belted by the Bulldogs, did I?
Mm.
And I think there was another game that we dropped.
I did too, actually, didn't I?
Yeah, you
I
said-
did.
you said the Bulldogs would kill him.
Yeah.
Alright, so you give them a H.
Yeah, it's terrible. That list shouldn't be finishing 17.
Right.
No way.
Next year, where do you reckon they'll finish?
Good question.
Depends on if they sack,
Good.
what's his name, middle of the year.
Good one.
Then they could finish anyway.
He's in bit of trouble. Good, I'm telling you right now,
look,
he's in bit of trouble.
He should be.
Yeah, well, next year will be interesting because is Melbourne really this year, or is it Melbourne more like?
I think there's
2018?
somewhere in between.
I
Yeah.
think it's somewhere in between as
Yeah.
well. I think they'll make a move up.
So,
I don't think they'll have as bad a year.
I don't-
this year.
I don't
There's a
think-
lot of players, good players, that are well below form, but they need a forward.
yeah, Jesse Hogan going really crippled. And Tom McDonald got injured. He didn't play the last 7 weeks either, McDonald.
But he wasn't that
He was
great
not a
before
factor
that
anyway.
I think he kicked 6 goals against Carlton when they won by about 5 points.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was-
he
wow.
that was the last game he
It was
played.
the only good game for this. Yeah, his last game that he played was
Was
against
against Carlton.
Barnburner.
Yeah, and that was it. That was the last game he
But
played.
it was the only good game he played for you.
What about the Blues, Nick?
So you want to run off?
Oh yeah, what do you want to say?
It's shit. They won't make top 8 next year.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all.
Melbourne?
No, won't make top 8.
What's your grade?
My grade? A+. Because I loved to watch it. It entertained me how shit Melbourne went. Because when a team goes that shit, Essendon looks bad.
That's a fair point.
What about the Blue Baggers? They had a transformative second half of the year.
Yeah.
Although let's just be realistic of who they beat in that second half of the year.
It doesn't matter.
They beat
The conviction.
They beat Gold Coast, they beat Sydney, they beat St Kilda, they beat Freo, they beat Adelaide, and they beat. I think.
How many teams they beat last year?
They won 6 games last year.
Did they win 6 games?
4 maybe, 4
How could
games.
they
Surely
win?
not.
No, because they won 4 of 44.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, sorry. 1 game last year, 2 games.
They
last
beat Essendon and another club last year.
That was 2 games, on 2 games last year, 2 games last year.
Yeah.
So they tripled their wins.
So you have to give them like an A.
Well, with bolts, it's an F. With T,
T-Train.
A plus.
T20.
I reckon they completely.
We can't call him T anymore. We've got to call him either T20 or T-Train. That's just how we go.
The
by.
team train.
T2020.
No,
We're not going by. We can't call him T anymore. He's got his name now. Can't
Because
get
you
it.
look at what I said,
Jeez.
I think I told you weren't there, and you actually know what I'm talking about. They only look like David Carvey, like Garth from Wayne's World.
Yeah.
He fucking does. Look up what he looks like in real life, normally. The same person.
I've seen him. Like the Truly.
Not in that fucking stupid.
Where will Carlton finish next year, Nick?
I reckon no.
Probably about the same.
Really, bottom 4.
Yeah. Well, it would depend on a few more teams falling off.
No. I'm going to put him between 8 and 12.
They got the All-Australian in there, though.
I'm not sure they're going to jump up.
And they're probably going to have another All-Australian next year in Sam Walsh. So
He's a good player.
he will be an All-Australian the next 2 years.
You'd think so.
He'll be a Brownlow medalist in the next 5.
What did you rate them, sorry?
I'm going to give him an A.
Oh, wow. You're very generous.
Based off love, based off expectation.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Overall, I'd give them B+. They've got to work out the ends of the ground.
They're forward and back, yeah.
They've got a good group in the middle,
Yeah,
but they've only got Liam Jones down back.
yeah.
And who do they have forward?
Harry Mackay, but he's still growing. And Charlie Curnow will be back as well.
McGovern was.
He'll be better next year. He'll be better next year. He'll be better next year. I think he'll be
we'll
better.
see.
I think he'll be more settled next year.
I think the forward and back line is going to hold them back, so I'm not sure they're going to make too much of a jump.
What about the Swans? So the Swans finished 15th this year. They won 8 of 22. Nick, what would you rate their year?
Pretty disappointing.
So give me a grade.
Probably a C-.
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Yeah.
Well, what do you reckon next year for them? Top 4?
If Buddy plays a few more games,
Yeah.
might be a bit of a jump.
It might be 10.
They're
Why is that
maybe.
This is the way he said it.
Cut a few dead weight, like who was it? Kieran Jack.
Did you see their
Jeremy Bay.
the send-offs? They had 5 people sitting in there. The whole team was chairlifting everyone off at the end of the game. It was quite funny actually. They even need Dan Henry from the other team to come home.
Wasn't good.
Chair them off.
Wasn't as good as Sandy and Valentine's.
That was brilliant.
Oh.
That was brilliant.
Oh, the walk-off?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you were talking about the interview.
Could you imagine Valentine putting his Sandy on Lynn's shoulders and him walking?
No.
He'd be no more.
That's
Still wouldn't be able to get him off the ground because he'd get under his legs and
He'd stand up and Sandy'd
Sandy's still standing on the ground.
He should have held him. Sandy should have held him like this.
Yeah.
Just sit in front and just hold him.
Just
in
out
front.
the bodyguard.
Yeah, just hold him in front. What do you reckon, Nick? Where will they finish next year? The Swans,
About the same, I'd say.
bottom 4.
Maybe jump up a few, but
Okay.
because I don't see. I see Freo tumbling a bit.
Carter, what
And
do you rate
Adelaide.
the Swans year?
D-.
Yeah, it's pretty poor.
No good.
No.
And next year I think they finish 13th or 12th.
Sack the coach. You reckon John Longmire's in trouble?
No, I don't think so.
I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Project.
Oh, what about the?
Oh,
No.
Don't know.
What about the Saints? The Saints, the Rats.
Well, wouldn't they soon?
Will Rats be the coach?
Yes,
Oh, it's very direct. I like your.
I've been saying it the whole time.
Who will they bring in? Michael Boss.
What?
What about Ross
12 months
Lyon?
ago, we said.
Bring back Ross Lyon. Put him back in there.
Fuck off, Ross Lyon.
Nick Rewald and
Ugh.
everyone else wants him back there. Bring him back in. He's all right.
I wouldn't mind coming back to St Kilda.
Look, that's where he grew up. That's his home. That's where his parents are at. Just bring him back in there. You know.
They kicked too many goals though.
Brett Ratton actually criticised his team after the Sydney game, saying they got some of the worst skills, and I reckon
The Rat said
Rat said
Because
that.
he can now.
But he's
'Cause it's the last game,
true.
we can say
They've
that
got
whatever.
some really poor kicking players.
they're
They're just horrible.
Especially in the Florida.
Oh yeah, their delivery is horrible, so poor. Everything they're
Yeah,
shooting,
but I mean,
shooting goals.
kicking goals like Bruce.
Oh,
Jesus.
memory as well.
Memory stick
They
worse,
butcher it. They butcher it. I don't know. Can't stand it. How can you be that bad? But the worst thing is they get paid so much money and they can't even kick a 15-yard pass.
But remember, we looked at
Yep.
St Kilda's list.
And it's,
And it was a shit list.
that was a shit list.
They got put it next to Melbourne, and you know.
If you put them next to Melbourne are like fucking
That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm saying.
superstars.
Where do you reckon they'll finish next year, Nick?
Yeah, it's so hard because I don't see a lot of these teams jumping in.
They won 9 of 22, but they have a pretty poor percentage. What do you reckon?
But percentage tends to judge how well the team's going. And
Yeah.
well, yeah. Probably they showed a bit at the start of the year, dropped off, and then came back with Rats. So we'll see how they go with Rats. They could drop. They could drop.
Is Brett Ratton on the Stuart Drew diet?
Brett Ratton's sacking.
I
Are they
reckon
going to drop yet?
But I swear to God, next year, because St Kilda are going to be shit again.
Yeah.
And every fucking show that you watch is going to be like, oh, does Brett Ratton need to be sacked? Well, he just got his job. Like, he just got his job.
What do you reckon, Carter? What was your grade him out of 10? Oh, sorry, 8, B, C, D.
Well, they themselves thought they were definitely top 8.
They're one of the worst.
Everyone at the start of the year were like, oh, look out for St Kilda this year. That's all you fucking heard about. St Kilda and Adelaide. That's all you fucking heard about at the start of the year. Oh, they're going to go so well this year. It's going to be a real turnaround in Melbourne. No, they're shit.
Yeah, I reckon they'll lose more games next year.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll be the bottom 4.
They're going to be.
very poor
They're
side.
the new Carlton.
Yeah, they're a very poor side. They've got a lot of changes.
That's why Ratton's going to be.
They're held together with pretty much through the work of Jack Stephen and.
But Stephen won't be that. He'll be traded. He could be traded next year, Stephen. This year.
Well,
Geelong
whoever's
might go to
picking
Geelong.
him up is going to pick up a bag.
So do I reckon. So I reckon he's a good player.
Yeah, he's absolutely good
He's a
player.
great, very good player. And that means like at least, for example, if he goes to Geelong, I mean you can't. He'll get off the leash. No one will tag him because they'll tag the other guys there.
Yeah.
All right. What about Freo? The Ross Lyon-less Fremantle Dockers.
Who coached them on the
I think it
week?
was John Longmuir,
Long, yeah.
the former forward. He had a great start, good caretaker. He ruined the caretaker's coach
Dick.
momentum. But they, they were themselves. They kicked not enough goals and they were pretty boring and, they held to the script, so they didn't. Well done, Freo. D.
Very,
I just don't care about Fremantle.
What do you reckon?
very, very wavy season.
Where do you reckon they'll finish next year? If Jesse Hogan comes back, will that help them?
No.
Yeah, well.
Of course it'll help them, but like to what extent? Like, do you think they're all of a sudden going to be a top 4 side?
Well, might help them win a couple more games.
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Good.
He's not a game changer.
They got to find that. They got to figure out what they're doing with Michael Walters because he spends way too much time in the midfield.
Yeah, he should be a forward. He should be a forward.
He's so dangerous.
Absolutely.
Is he
But-
staying on, Walters?
Yeah.
Good player.
Pretty sure.
I feel really sorry for Nat Five. He will never win a premiership while he's there. No way.
Yeah.
He's got too good of a hairstyle and too good looks to be playing in that
Does
team.
he?
Bring him down to Melbourne.
Does he have too good of a hairstyle?
Bring him down to Victoria and put him in North
Does
Melbourne.
he? His neck is thicker than his head.
It's not his
And
hairstyle.
then
It's his hairstyle.
And do you reckon that's why he's got the long hair so hard? Because there's not
Could
hard.
you imagine he was short?
He's like Frankenstein.
He should
He's a
be playing
beautiful
rugby.
man.
Should be playing rugby.
He does, yeah. He looks like a rugby player.
I
If
don't
he was a
know.
bit, oh, he's pretty broad actually, isn't he?
Yeah, he's broad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's broad. And then he's got like that, like one.
He's got the Kieran torso. The triangle.
Yeah, and then he's got that nose. It's one broad. One.
No one's got to know.
half
any-
is a
No.
I've got no idea what that means.
He's got that nose that's like one break away from being Owen Wilson's nose.
You
You can just see it because it's like
Yeah.
it's that thick slab, and if it just went.
You'd be in trouble.
What about North Melbourne? North Melbourne. Nick, what would you grade him out of 10? Oh, sorry, an A, B, C, D, F. What would you reckon?
Probably C.
They weren't too bad. They
Probably
were
exceeded. Well, exceeded out expectations.
They won 8 of their last 13 games since Brad Scott went. And they beat some decent sides. They beat Richmond and they beat Collingwood as well on that way. And they lost to your mob by a hut on the siren. And they lost to Brisbane by a kick as well. Up there. So they're not bad. They're not as bad as the ones below them. Even they're probably better than Adelaide at the moment.
I really think it depends on who else they can get in.
Yeah, we need more star players.
I'm talking about coaching.
All right.
So,
We need more star coaches as well.
Yeah, I think you need someone to sit behind Reece Shaw and tell him what to do.
So where are your deficiencies? Because
I think our coaching staff needs to go. I think what they did with Richmond, remember Richmond got rid of all their assistant coaches,
yeah,
and they brought in better coaches, and then they said to Daniels, "You last fucking parents,"
Yeah.
and then they won the premiership. But we don't have the star power like Richmond did with Dusty and Cochin and stuff. I don't think.
no.
We got to get a better another back line, and we need a crumbing forward. We've got no crumbing forwards since Lindsay Thomas went. We've got no crumbing forwards. You know, that's our issue. And we had some. I remember we had Aaron Hall come in, but he didn't play for like 4 months.
I thought he started off pretty
Yeah,
well.
he got injured though. He didn't
Ah.
play. I saw him
I
actually. I saw him walking. Actually, I was training the client, and then he was coming out of a childcare centre because I think he dropped his kid off there, and he had a cam walker on. This was about 10 weeks ago, and he was hobbling around. Like, oh god, that'd be right.
He can be a star.
Yeah, I think he's a gun.
Be a star.
But we need another back line. I thought Pollock played better as the year went on. He was really good.
Yeah.
So I think there's some potential there, but we just got to win games against the better sides. That's what I
I
reckon.
was going to say, you got a nice spread. But probably, the standouts besides Ben Brown and
I thought Goldstein had a better year.
Goldstein.
Higgins
Well,
was
you
injured.
reckon you didn't think that all year?
Higgins was injured for about 6 or 7 weeks there as
Yeah.
well.
Zeeble had a pretty average year.
Yeah,
Yeah, Zeebel's an average player.
he is an average player. But I think, look, I reckon we'll be around the mark, the top 8, around the top 8, not top
I think you
6, around the top 8, I reckon.
I think somewhere between 7th and 11th.
Where we are now.
Yeah.
Literally.
You get some help for cutters and probably let Marley Williams get off this.
I don't mind Marley, he's played better the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's been alright.
And you got that young guy.
Who?
I can always forget his name. What's his name?
Zaha
Nah, the other one.
or Yanaki.
Nah, the other. There's another one.
Alright, you're pushing. Yeah.
Simpkin, maybe?
Simpkin.
I don't know. There's one guy. We'll have a look.
We need more consistency
Honestly,
from the young players though now. They've been there for 4 or 5 years, we need more consistency from them. And that's the right reason why we're around where we are. Our young players are just too inconsistent. But our percentage is not too bad, it's about 100. So
I
we're
don't
in
see it
games.
getting any worse.
Well, we're not as bad as the teams below us, I don't reckon.
No, I don't think so either.
But we're in that bracket of teams that are always like, there's about 6 teams that are going to fight for the last 2 spots in the 8. We're one of those 6 teams at the moment. That's it. So I'll give us a C this year. C.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the Crows, Nick?
The Crows.
Where did you have them at the start of the year?
God, I can't even remember what. I think I have them making the 8.
Yeah. So based on that, what would you give them?
D.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
right.
E.
Yeah. E.
Pretty average.
No, I can D. This is
Just
pretty fair.
did not get anywhere near
No.
the expectations.
And they'll be worse next year because
Yeah.
Jenkins is going north. They won't have Jenkins anymore.
With Jenkins and North. What where do you reckon they'll finish next year, Nick?
Lower.
You reckon lower?
Do you reckon Don Pike is there next year? Or do you
Yeah.
reckon he's gone?
He'll be there for next year, but after that,
All of next year?
probably not. Not how what Rui's been saying. Rashido's been.
Oh yeah.
He's been talking nearly as much as Koshi.
They're the whoopee cushions now, the Crows. We've given them a nickname, the whoopee cushions, because you blow them up, you pump them up, and then they just give you that.
Yeah.
You know, no good, duds. I reckon Rory Sloane should leave. He should request a trade because he's too valuable there to be there.
Didn't he just re-sign last year?
Get rid of him. Bryce Gibbs may not be there.
Isn't Crouch? There's talk of him on the move as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. But Roy Sloane's going to be the captain next year.
Texas captain, mate.
Texas will not be captain
Come
next
on,
year.
no way.
He had a great game all week.
100%.
5 goals.
Texas
He
trade back.
kicked 5 goals in the weekend.
What, in junk time? Was it?
No, he kicked 5 throughout the game, but yeah, it was kind of junk goals. I mean, that was all.
It was junk time halfway through the first quarter.
Oh, it was horrible, mate. I watched that game. So I couldn't believe the first 10 minutes. They were just killing them. All right, Carter, what would you rate him? A D.
Oh, you
yeah.
D.
Where would you see him next year?
Where would I see them?
Where would you say him?
I would see them. Coming 12.
Okay, so we go.
Wow.
Let's move over to their crosstown rivals, the Pillow Farts. What a great name.
Oh.
Nick, what would you rate him out of?
B minus, because I didn't
Jeez,
think they were going to be
okay.
pushing for the finals.
Did you hear Koshi at the start of the year? They were going to win the premiership.
They were
Top
going
four.
to be that good. They
Koshi is delusional.
They'd already finished top. Notice how Koshi stops talking and like things don't seem as bad there. Like I think, I think it was who's the one that came out and said that they're definitely committed to
He's a CEO.
The CEO. I like it when he speaks because he's like, we weren't very good.
Well,
That's okay.
That's why he's the chief executive officer, and Koshi
Koshi's
is
fucking-
a presenter for Sunrise.
I swear to God, the president of the club is just a clown.
Wait, is he
Every
the
club.
president or is
He's the
Koshi the CEO?
Koshi's the president.
Is he? Or is he the CEO? No, he's the president.
the president.
Oh, well, there you go.
The president of every club is just a shit salesman. Every club.
He's just- Well, yeah, I would agree with that. They're pretty had a good year though, Paul, considering they got rid of a lot of players at the start of the
A
year.
lot of new blood as well. Love it.
Dersma, the bow and arrow man,
Love it.
Robin Hood. He's the man. I loved it when he did it against Essendon. He lined it up and he went, oh yeah.
Does that against
Yeah.
every club.
Just thinking of talking about.
Do you reckon that arrow hit
This-
someone?
Nah, because it wasn't real.
Do you feel there's a ridiculous love affair of Robbie Gray in the media?
Yeah, I reckon he's had a
I
cool couple
think you
years.
think that because you don't like him.
I think he's a very average player.
I don't think people
No,
talk about that often.
look, I don't
I think he's a cheap shot and out the back.
I don't agree with Nick often, but he does have a point. I reckon his last couple of years have been pretty poor. He's had a really poor couple of years, Robbie Gray.
Like the game against Essendon, like we're watching it, and it's
Mm.
like, yeah, he got his 4 goals as sheer luck,
Yeah,
and because he flops.
but he doesn't do. But he hasn't been too
doesn't have
consistent.
He doesn't do the hard stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
He's always out the back.
Maybe they're playing in the wrong spot. Maybe he should be in the middle, or maybe he should play in half back. Teach him how to defend or something. I don't know.
So,
Potentially. What do you reckon? What would you give him? The pillow fast.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay, what would you say next year?
Who gives a fuck?
Okay, cool. Let's move on to the last team at the bottom, mate. We got who finished ninth, the Hawks. I'm so glad Hawthorn didn't get in. Would have hated to see Hawthorn in the top 8 actually.
Yeah.
Finals.
But based off their second half year form, they're pretty good.
They have got very good defence. They've got the best defensive team, best defensive score against actually for all the bottom 10 sides. They actually gave the least amount of points. The Hawks.
That's nice.
So they got a pretty solid system, Clarko's system. You know, what would you rate it, Nick? Out of
A.
A.
Based on
A.
Yep. Based on the start of the year. Based on the start of the year,
Yeah.
when we thought
Fucking
they're just going to be lower, middle of the 8, and not going to impact. There's a lot of clubs in the top 8 that'd be very thankful that they didn't make it. I think just the way that they finished off the year.
No, pretty good
They're
finish
a
of
lot-
the year.
Like, they could, based on form, I'd say they'd easily be 6th best team in the comp at the moment. How they
Better than Western Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Oh, right, you go.
Better than Giants. Well, we saw them. They absolutely smacked them in Canberra.
They did.
Better
And
than
they
us,
smacked the Weagles, the best coast Eagles.
The best coach Eagles.
And they hit.
They lost 2 on the trot, the Eagles.
Alright, where would you see him next year, Nick, then?
They're probably moving up.
They're going to have Tom Mitchell back as well?
Tom Mitchell's going to be back. Oh well, when he was injured during the pre-season, we thought
Nah.
bottom 4
Yep.
Hawthorn, and they finished 9th. So
That's right.
There you go.
Well, that's what I thought they'd finish. 9th.
I could see them moving into the top 8 actually next year.
I think they will.
Yeah, I think they've got enough class around. And if they bring Birchall back as well,
They've
I
got
think
enough Clarko. And now they got Brendan Bolton managing.
And
the
Bradley
coaches,
Hill might be coming back as
directing
well.
the
Bradley Hill might
coaches.
be coming back as well.
And who knows? They might still get cogs. It's Hawthorn we're talking about here. They get who they want.
Beautiful. Well, good. Do you have anything to finish off there, guys?
I think we're cooked. There's nothing else, is there?
we've really stressed this one.
I like it.
Yeah,
We've actually done very, very
Fuck
well.
all to talk
We've
about.
actually done really,
What
really
the
well.
fuck? Yeah, oh, it's the preview.
What did you think of Sarah Jones hosting the All Australian Awards yesterday?
We didn't know. No one watched it. In Australia, no one watched it.
Nick, what do you reckon about that NFL? There's a soccer
What do you
player.
think of Neroli Meadows?
What is it?
Absolutely.
Nick, there's a soccer player from the US women's team who actually might be playing in the NFL next year, not this year.
In
Next
the
year.
NFL?
In the NFL. She's been practicing and stuff, and they might bring her into the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, legit. It's been all over the radio, the news and stuff in the NFL.
Then why can't her
What
mouse
position?
play
As a
AFL?
kicker, as the kicker.
Oh.
Could you imagine her like chasing after someone and the guy just runs into her and just absolutely clean bowled. So, are you allowed to play men? Is a men's sport though? NFL, like, is that a men's sport? As in, like,
you have to check the rules. I'm
It'd be
pretty
like-
sure that there are ladies that play college.
It'd be like, yeah, but like in a women's team, not in like a mixed team.
Well, there isn't a women's team.
Oh,
Isn't there?
Well, there was the lingerie football league.
Oh, yeah, lingerie football.
No,
We're going to bring that up. We're
No,
gonna
I
bring that
heard
up.
they still do that, but now it's taken seriously.
Is it?
And I don't think it's called
The lingerie football league.
anymore. I think it's
What a
called the
great
ladies
name.
football. No, I'm pretty sure they changed it to like the ladies football league.
I'm honestly not sure.
I have to look up that lingerie football league. I reckon it was pretty good.
But yeah, look,
It's the
like,
craziest thing you've ever said.
it's like, yeah, they can, as a kicker, like, you obviously couldn't put him anywhere else besides punter or kicker, but like, I've seen kickers have to make tackles.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
Some,
I don't know if
well,
you...
the punters are a little bit better.
But I'm sure they have it. I'm sure there are enough women in the US that would want to play football.
Yeah.
Why can't they? If they don't, I'm pretty sure
But
they.
it's
already have
it's
a
like
league.
bringing a woman, like for example, bringing say Daisy Pearce, like from Melbourne, bringing her and putting her into the Melbourne men's team and having her run around and stuff.
Well, I don't know if it's the same because kickers don't tend to have to.
Of course,
do much.
a different sport, of course, but isn't it the same sort of like? Oh, you
Not
bring in.
quite.
Are they both? But is it only men's? Are they playing the men's sport, or do they have a women's? Only they playing the women's sport?
Not sure.
Talk to Gil about
I
that.
don't.
Well, there was rules because there weren't. I think in junior level, girls could play. 15 and 16-year-old girls could play in 14s, and there'd be 2 years ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
But they weren't allowed to play in the 16s.
Okay,
They would have to.
but they'd have a mixed team.
But I don't know if they might have changed that by now.
Okay, cool.
It's too big a topic for us.
Well, that's all right because next week we're gonna have a massive. We're gonna debunk every game of the finals.
Debunk.
Every game. We're gonna go through. Everyone go through the whole list, and we're also gonna talk to. Actually, no. We're gonna talk about what Dermot spoke about and who thinks they'll win. Who
Talk
will win.
about Dermot.
Dermot.
Good stuff.
Dermot, you know, because Dermot just like to talk about shit the whole time.
That's the worst.
But guys, thank you so much for joining us on our podcast for this week. Fend off. If you have any questions, please feel free to send it to Nick. He'll answer it. Not to
Nick's-
Carter because you go, oh, they're just shit.
Yeah, your question's stupid. Fuck off.
We're going to get a question first.
Yeah, no one asked us a question.
We'll get Brendan to ask
Brendan
us
ask us a
Brendan
question.
ask us a
Yeah,
question.
Any question.
We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you.